Hi besties! I know I haven't filmed in a long time, but today I'm back. Not with a tutorial just yet, but I'm working on some and on some other fun little things that I have planned. But today I'm here to show you guys finally my makeup collection. I just got a new vanity, so I've been taking a while kind of trying to sort everything and going from one place to another. It's like kind of a lot, especially when you have a lot of things. I had gotten this video requested maybe months ago. Literally months ago, but I haven't gotten around to it, and now I have a much cooler place to store my things. So I'm excited to show you guys my vanity and show you all of the makeup that I own. Let's get into it. This is the big overview of my vanity. I adore it. It has so much storage space. So basically this is where I sit down to get ready every single day. And this is where I'm going to be filming from now on, which is really exciting because I used to have kind of like a makeshift vanity, actually where I'm setting you guys up right now, where the camera is propped up. But now I have a real one and I'm so excited. So let's start with the surface, right? Some of the overall points of the vanity is my little mirror. I need a little mirror. I like this one. I got it off of Amazon recently. I have it on right now, but it turns off as well. Like, obviously Dana, like most mirrors do. You can change the temperature, which is nice, but I do like having it on that white light because I just feel like it gives the truest result for my makeup. And then I have the lights around my vanity, of course, which are controlled via little remote. So this is off, on, on. Again, you can change the temperature settings, but I like the white light. Another cool thing to note about this is that it actually has some cabinets. Starting on this cabinet, I just kind of have some makeup removal stuff because sometimes I like to take off my makeup here, though I do all of my skincare and removal of my makeup in my bathroom. But I do have a rag and a headband because I like to take off my makeup using Pond's cream. For a heavier look, I will go ahead and use like a little bit of a more heavy duty product, but for like a regular everyday, Pond's cold cream is my go-to because it's just so gentle on the skin and it just works, you know? And in case I do take off my makeup here, I do have a Purito Wonder Relief Centella cream because you need to moisturize your skin, but I always wash my face at night. This is only for the desperate occasion that I'm like, I need to get my makeup off right now and I might sleep on the floor type thing. Maybe after a night out type of situation. And a headband, but I rarely use a headband if I'm being so honest. I have a little bin here that has some scissors, some tweezers, an eyelash curler, basically anything metal. I tried to put it in there so it's kind of accessible. I know where everything's at. And then I have a sharpener right next to that just for all of my makeup pencils. So your lip liners, your eyeliners. I think that's it. I have a little puff in here in its case just to protect it. I have a little stainless steel cup right here just because I like to put loose powder in here. And then I have some colored contacts in here for when I do my more elaborate, more editorial, more character-driven looks. On the bottom here, we're still in the skincare and makeup removal route. Here I have some makeup remover by Lancome. This is the bifacial. They were kind enough to send this to me a couple times, and this is my last one. So Lancome, if you're watching this, I would love a new one because this stuff is so good. It takes off everything and it's really gentle and it hasn't broken me out. I have really sensitive skin and this has not broken me out. I use this for when I mentioned earlier I need something a little bit more heavy duty, like when I'm wearing big glitter or a lot of color. I'll use something like this to take off my eye makeup. I have a little spray bottle that needs to be refilled because I do have the bigger version. This is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner. It looks a little dirty, but like I promise it's just the sticker. Because I've had the same bottle for years, I just refill it from the bigger thing. Cinema Secrets Brush Cleaner is a pro grade brush cleaner. I use it for my brushes, obviously, and this is so handy to have in a mini version just because then you could spray in between using brushes and in that moment it dries really fast and it smells really good. That's why I appreciate it because you don't really have to wait for it to dry. So this is really good to have on hand when I need to clean a brush real quick and keep going. That and a color switch. Right next to it I have a CeraVe Hydrating Mineral Sunscreen Sheer Tint. This is SPF 30, so I usually layer a SPF underneath it as well. This is typically what I put underneath my base when I go to the gym. Yes, I do wear some makeup to the gym. Deal with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to look good and feel good. So I usually start with this just to kind of even out the skin tone and to have that little bit of extra protection. Next to it, I do have a Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. I use this not every single day, but only sometimes when it's like in the morning and I'm like really like, ugh. I am not a big fan of scented things for my face unless it's very soothing and calming. Example being the Caudalie facial mist. But this is quite nice. It's nice to feel a little bit bougie sometimes and just kind of have something to spray. I think I do it for the aesthetic, to be so honest. But that's okay. Right next to it, I have a sunscreen stick. I love a good sunscreen stick just because it's so convenient, and I like to put this in my purse sometimes when I go somewhere where I'm going to be exposed to a lot of sun more than I already am because I live somewhere where the sun is killer. And like I said, I like to put on SPF before my CeraVe, so if I haven't already put mine on from the bathroom, I'll apply this one. Then I have this little, like, I guess you can call it like a case. It is a case where I have some cushions in here. I like to use this with my base sometimes. I need to buy more because I refill these, and I have some more disposable sponges that I like to use whenever I use setting spray, and then I like to tap it in with one of these. Can you see that they're different? But I do need to buy more of these, but this is usually where I keep them, and I think it's just so convenient to have them with a little lid, because I think anytime when it comes to things that you're putting on your face, you should be really careful with how you store them. So that is what I have in the first cabinet, which I love that these are cabinets. It's like literally the best thing ever. I do try to hold them from the bottom though because I don't like having fingerprints. So let's move on to the middle one, which is the biggest one. So in here, it's kind of like, I would compare it best to being the closest thing to having a medicine cabinet. But I do have backstock of my perfumes. They don't all fit here. I basically picked the ones that look the prettiest and more color schemed. But I do have some on top. And I have like a little lotion. I have other lotions here. I love these little cases. I've had them for ages. I have some rings. Oh, and some more silver jewelry in here. So these are very nice to have at hand. I have my contacts here because I am blind and I need to switch them out every month basically. So when I have to switch them out, I'll grab them from here. I have astigmatism, so I have them in separate boxes. I know some people that wear contacts get them in the same box. Mine comes separately, especially because I have 2 separate prescriptions. One eye is worse than the other, unfortunately for me. This is a spare contacts case for my normal contacts because I did show you guys my colored contacts. And of course I have a contact solution that also serves for my colored contacts. On the bottom, I have some Q-tips because they're always handy whether you're cleaning up underneath your eye or just using them because you just showered. Then I have a deodorant because that is essential. Again, I try to do that all in the bathroom, but I can never be too sure. You should always have one on hand. I have one in my purse, I have one here, I have one in the bathroom. I think I have one on my dresser as well. I just like to have that on hand. And then I have some skincare items. I have Vitacilina, which is what I love to use whenever I have something I picked at. I am terrible with my skin. I always pick on my skin whenever I'm anxious or I'm having a bad day. Like, it's just a problem, right? But you know what? I own it, and whenever that happens, I like to use Vitacilina because usually with the extreme that I do it kind of turns into a wound, and this is really nice to put on, especially to make sure that you don't get any scarring afterwards because it's meant for wounds. So I use Vitacilina only for those occasions. And then I also have 2 masks by Medicube that I wear sometimes, not every single night, but these are the wrapping masks. So one of them is the original collagen that I know went pretty viral on TikTok. I bought this with my own money, so not sponsored, but it is really nice. It leaves your skin very supple and very hydrated in the morning, and since I said before I'm a skin picker, I own it. When I put this on, I literally can't touch my face. So this is like perfect for me. And then I also have the kojic acid turmeric, which for those of you who don't know, turmeric and kojic acid are like the best thing to clear up any type of hyperpigmentation or scarring. So especially, you know, as someone who touches their face a lot, I have some residue. So like going back and forth between these 2 is really great and has been doing wonders for my skin. Highly recommend. Next, I just have some clarifying towelettes. Makeup wipes. I don't tend to stick with one brand when it comes to makeup wipes. It's whatever I can get my hands on, especially, but I think it has a lot to do with the fact that I usually use a makeup remover, whether it be Pond's Cream or Lancome, or Makeup Forever is another great one that I love. So regardless of what I'm using, makeup wipes, as long as it's a wipe, I'll probably use it. I also have some pimple patches because I think pimple patches are important, especially as someone that doesn't want to touch their face. So that is what is in the middle section. And this one's quite simple, honestly, because it's all fragrances. So I have my perfumes down here and in here. But these are my mists. So my body sprays, my lighter weight mists. I have these two Victoria's Secret ones, which I love. These are like the newer ones. I don't know if anybody else has tried them. This is my favorite one, the coconut milk rose. It smells so yummy. I am not a big fan of vanilla usually. This one's vanilla orchid sandalwood, and I think it's the sandalwood that does it for me. It just smells so delicious, and I mean, yeah, I think it's the sandalwood. I love a good vanilla that's not too sweet. I have Love Spell because that one's a classic. I've worn it since like middle school. I know there's someone out there that also wore Love Spell. I also used to wear Pure Seduction and the glittery version of it. Oh my god, don't even get me started. I have Tropical Heat. I have Forever Midnight, also from Bath and Body Works actually. I have Citrus, a lot of citrus, and then I have the Thank You Nicks at the bottom. These are all Bath and Body Works except for the Thank You Nicks at the very end. And that's what's in the third cabinet. Before we move on to the drawers, I want to show you guys what I have here on top. I always have my water here because I try to drink my water and I'm all flat drinking my water, truly. So here is where I have my prettier perfumes. I thought they would look nice here. So I have Ariana Grande, Guess, more Ari, Victoria's Secret Bombshell is so good. I have more Ari, Juicy Couture, more Ari, my water bottle, of course, a hairbrush. I always have a hairbrush on the surface, and I always have my little bunny phone holder. And then I have another Guess. This one's actually by Avon. Avon is very underrated. My mom used to sell Avon, and I love this scent. It's very mature though, so if you're into that, you probably like this one. And then this is another scent as well. So I think I'm going to start with the top middle drawer, and then we'll go to the sides and I'll show you guys what's in each drawer. So starting with on top, you could kind of see what's in there. It has tempered glass on top, which I adore. I think it looks so sleek, so beautiful. So I decided to make one side for my favorite fragrances and my jewelry that I wear most often. I actually grabbed my ring from here because I have a silver version and a gold version. So I have a pair of silver hoops, silver necklace that I wear most often, my gold chain that I wear most often. I have a Candies perfume. This one smells so good. I got it gifted recently, and this one's also gifted. My best friend gave this to me, and I love you. I know she watches my videos, so I love you. I am obsessed with this fragrance. It makes me feel like womanly, but like young womanly. I don't know how to explain it, but it smells so delicious. And then more gold hoops, and then some more rings. This is my promise ring, or promise rings, because my boyfriend got me a double-decker one, I guess. Over here, I have some of my favorite makeup palettes and the ones that I use most often. I think they're easier to spot from up here. I have smaller ones layered on the bottom, especially for stability because I wanted them to lay nicely and flat. Pat McGrath, Lancome, ColourPop. Viseart is very underrated. I didn't like it too much at first, but then I grew into it. It's what I got brought up in makeup school. So when I was in makeup artistry school, I used a lot of Viseart. Viseart or Viseart. I think it's pronounced Viseart, but I also hear people say Viseart. I have my very first high-end makeup palette, which is by Huda. It's the Mercury Retrograde palette. It's very dear to my heart. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. Even if it breaks or anything, I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I have some more ColourPop underneath. I'll go ahead and show you guys. Like I said, this is all layered on. I have my Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 5 palette, or Volume 6. No, yeah, this is 5. Volume 5. Sorry, I'm awful with Roman numerals, but you guys know what I mean. I have like an Urban Decay palette of Charlotte Tilbury somewhere over here. Another Lancome down here. It's just like a little tiny palette. Some more ColourPop. Pat McGrath under here. This is the Mothership palette. It's one of my favorites. They always get reordered because when I use something, I usually end up putting it back on the top. Let me close that back up. Like, see, now they're all in different positions, but that's what I have in this big middle drawer. Now let's show you what's on the right. Alrighty, so on the first drawer on my right hand side, I have a variety of things, clearly. First, I want to say that all these little containers and any of them that you see throughout my organization, thanks Mom, because she loves to go look for these little organizing things at Goodwill. When she knew I was doing my vanity, she was like, I have a bunch for you to go through, so go and take what you need. So thank you, Mom. Starting on this right side, I have all of my lip liners. I have come to the realization that I lean very pink, mauve, and red. So I'm on the scout for more nude toned lip liners because I think I need some. This middle little compartment has basically eyes. So any pencil eyeliners I will have in here. I have lash glue, eyebrow gel. I also have some tinted ones in here, like this one from Benefit that has the label almost worn off completely. I have some nude ones, some brow pencils, some glitter glue. This glitter glue is literally the best. We have liquid eyeliners in here, Revlon, Wet n Wild, more pencil eyeliners. I have this one from REM Beauty, the Wicked Collection, the Alphaba version. Some more liquid liners, but in a felt tip. This one's a brown one actually from Lancome, which they were also kind enough to send me. So thank you so much, Lancome. Oh, this is one of my favorite products actually. This one's from Nude Sticks, and I believe they don't make this anymore, but this is in shade Sugar Baby. I got this when I used to work at a beauty retailer that carried Nude Sticks, and I got this gifted as part of my gratis, and I love this. I think I need to sharpen it, but it is the prettiest white shimmery eyeliner slash eye pencil. On the left side I have all of my pot eyeliners, so these are all gel, and I also have some brow pomades because they're just the same size, you know, like this is the Anastasia one, though I do not use pomades. I went through that phase for thankfully only a couple months before I just didn't want to do my eyebrows anymore. Some of my favorite gel liners are from the brand Ingla. Again, this comes from me going to beauty school, and that's what I was taught to use. That's what came in my kit, and Ingla is just such an underrated brand. It truly is amazing. I highly recommend it, and they come in so many colors. Other brands I have in here are like Senna, which is also an underrated brand in my opinion, and some MAC, because MAC is kind of a classic. I think that's part of most people's makeup collection. On this little end cap here, you're gonna notice that I own a lot of glitter, and in owning a lot of glitter I need to have spots for them, so I have these little tubes of glitters. So, but look at how cool this little container is. I got it off of Amazon, I believe, because these all came in little baggies, and I would tell you where I got them from, but unfortunately the seller no longer sells them. This is from a brand I found on Instagram actually, and I cannot remember their name. I used to follow them and they just don't exist anymore. I don't know what happened. It's kind of sad because I would have ordered more from them, but I ordered all of these and they're amazing glitters. In here I have actually two that I'm wearing today. I'm wearing these two, and I believe I got these off of Amazon. These are gel glitters, so they have a brush tip and they're very easy to apply, and I have a couple colors of those. I have some individuals as well, like this one from REM Beauty. This one is in shade Fembot. I think the most loved shade by her, I think. I'm wearing Fembot on my lips right now actually. I'll show you guys that gloss in a bit. I have these LA Girl individual glitters as well. I love these. These were actually part of a collection that was limited edition. I forgot what it was called, but it also came with glosses that you guys will be able to see shortly. Ooh, backwards. But these are really pretty, but I had to get the collection, and if you remember what collection these were from, let me know in the comments below. So that concludes the first drawer. The second one down entails lip products. In this first little container, it's all bullet lipsticks or anything in a stick. These are all my bullet lipsticks. You can see the REM Wicked collection, some Lancome. Thank you Lancome for sending me this one as well. I have some Kylie. I have some old schoolies too. We have some Becca here. Anyone miss Becca the way I do? Some MAC, some Avon. Avon is heavily underrated, and some of these I've owned for years. Over here I have some of the Tarte Maracuja gloss sticks, or what are they called? Juicy Lips. Maracuja Juicy Lips. I love these, especially during the winter time. I don't know why Maracuja to me just gives winter. Some e.l.f. Oh, this is the coolest thing actually. This is a Refi. I don't think Refi makes this anymore as well. I think that you guys are going to realize that a lot of the things I own are things that are discontinued, but actually no, I have a lot of newness and oldies. I think I have a good range, but this is by Refi. This is actually a setter. It's a lip liner, but it's a setter for any lip product, and when I say this will make any lip product stay, oh my, it waterproofs it like crazy. I don't know why it doesn't focus. I'm sorry. I don't think they make it anymore, but if they do, or if you find it anymore, you should definitely use it. And back here, it's kind of hard to see, but I kind of like to rummage through here. This is all my liquid lip products. Let me show you some examples. Like this is the Ink Velvet 17. Do you guys remember when this also went viral on TikTok? I think this was a popular shade too. This is a Korean lip tint. So velvety, literally like the name. I have any liquid lipstick basically. I have Huda. This actually was from a set that was seasonal during the holidays. This one's cherry something, I believe. Oh no, this is called Lover. Or no. This was from, I think, Valentine's Day, because this was paired with the Kayali Apple mini travel size perfume. So it was a little set that came together, and it was the cutest thing, and I bought it because I just had to. A big underrated liquid lip, I think, is the Sephora collection. I love the Sephora collection liquid lips. I have a couple of these in different shades. I also have the Ulta collection. They have these called the High Shine liquid lipsticks, but they're a bit sticky, I will say. But they do have the matte versions as well. They also have a great house lipstick, but I do prefer the Sephora collection over the Ulta. This is actually one that I've had for years. They don't make this anymore, I think, either. I've had this for years, and I love the shade that this comes in. If they do make it, I have failed at finding it. This is the Infallible Paints in shade 314 by L'Oreal. That's what's in this second drawer. This is number 3. We still are in the lip category. This whole bin is lip glosses. This is the one I'm wearing today. This is also gifted to me by my best friend. She loves to give me makeup just because I think she's the one that probably knows my taste best in that category. This is the REM Beauty Glossy Balm in shade Fembot. It's the one I have on right now, and it's the coordinating shade with the individual shadow I showed earlier. I have some others. This Dior one is gorgeous. Yeah, glitter to me is just everything. I have some lip plumpers. I'm a big fan of lip plumpers, and I'm a big fan of looking up ingredients that are in lip plumpers. This one by Milk is actually activated by pepper, so it's a little bit more natural. I have this one in a clear version as well, somewhere in here. I have Fenty Heat, from clear to nudes to anything with glitter I get. So this is a ColourPop one from their Elsa and Anna collection. Literally one of the prettiest glosses ever. This is actually from the same collection I mentioned earlier from LA Girl. It came with these 3 glosses. This is one, this is another. They're super holographic, super glittery. And there's a third one somewhere in here, but I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I have some like classic, not glittery, but still super high shine, like this one from Anastasia. I have some miniatures like Buxom, some more Fenty, some House Labs, just a whole bunch of different things. Who remembers Item Beauty? I actually got my hands on this before. I don't think Item Beauty is sold anymore, but good for you, Addison Rae. Inglot, oh, I love how this smells. This is one of the best smelling lip glosses in the world, and I love the packaging. I mean, look, it looks like a little testing tube. This is also from Ulta. This is their house brand. They have lip oil and I have some that say lip gloss. These are pretty good. I like these better than their liquid lipstick for sure. Oh, another thing I love by REM is this product from the Wicked collection. This is the pH adaptive lip oil, and it is so pretty, and it always turns really pink on me, which I love. This is all my lip glosses basically. Then here I have lip tints. This is my go-to lip tint that I love to grab all the time. This is the Dior Lip Tattoo, I believe. And this is in shade 711. It's one of my favorites. And then I also have some from this brand named Kimuse. I bought these off of Amazon not too long ago, and I love every single shade. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They came in a set, so I think that was a very good deal. I have a palette here with more lipsticks. This was part of my makeup collection when I had my beauty kit when I was doing freelance professionally. I'd no longer freelance by my part, so I decided to keep this for myself. I love taking a spatula, scooping up some different lip colors, and mixing up a completely new shade. It is the funnest thing ever. The only thing that sucks about that is sometimes you make a combination that you love so much and you can't remake it because you don't measure how much you put of each product. Here I have some other individuals. This is like Mayron mixing powder. This turns completely silver. I used this in a video called Cyber Futuristic up on my channel. This is basically mixed with something called Duraline, which I have in a different drawer, and you mix it up, and then as long as you do the right ratio, it's pure metal. It looks like pure metal. And this is the gold version, which I believe I used in my Dia de los Muertos Catrina look, which is also up on my channel. I have the makeup tutorial for that. These are just loose glitters right here. And over here is basically any individual eyeshadow or anything I didn't have a proper place for, like these individuals from Ben Nye. This is from Inglot. This is called Duraline. Oh, I'm sorry. I mixed up my words. These are made with Liquid Set. Sorry. This is mixed with something called Liquid Set that I will show you guys in a bit. This is Duraline. This basically turns any shadow into liquid or revives any gel liner or anything that's really dried out. You can put this in your mascara, you can put this in your liner, and it'll kind of save it. It's in a dropper, which is really convenient, and this is one of my favorite gatekeeping products, but I won't gatekeep it because it's really, really handy. I also have any like individual little things that I didn't have room for somewhere else. So these are from REM Beauty And then I have some body adhesive from Inglot. This is from Danessa Myricks, the prettiest little flakes. More individual shadows. These are actually really cool, and I am dying to use these in one of my looks to show you guys how they're used. These are from Vanity. This is the heavy metal palette. This is actually alcohol activated paints, so they are waterproof. This is what you'll get and you'll use or see when you're seeing someone get body painted for film or for something that they have to be wearing the makeup for hours, because this won't rub off with water. And this is actually a tooth palette. It's the craziest thing. It's also alcohol based, so you don't want to accidentally swallow it, and obviously inhale it as little as possible. This is to color your teeth, which is really cool, but technically you could also color your teeth with this. These are really cool, and I cannot wait to show you guys how to use these. I also have just a classic school glue stick down here, just because to block a brow, that is the best thing to use. This second to last drawer on this side, I have more makeup palettes in here. So in here I have like Anastasia, Viseart, Morphe, Violet Voss. I won't take out all of them just because it'll be a bit of a pain to put back, but I think the one I use most often is my Norvina palette from Anastasia. Over here I have an Athena face paint palette, which is really handy for face painting, although I do like to use water activated face paint. I have some glitter flakes here. I have some individual lashes. These are like bottom lashes I like to use. I have some of these stickers that are meant to have a really sharp line whenever you do your eyeshadow. I have individual rhinestone little buckets, and I have some more any like little flakes or rhinestones in here. So that's what I have in this drawer. I also have some more like water activated eyeliners down here. These are some palettes I've used in my channel before in tutorials, and that's basically what I have in here. And then going to the very last drawer on this side, I have another face paint palette because, you know, you can never have too many. And then I have more makeup palettes. This is a face palette from Anastasia. Over here I have one from Senna. This is a bronzing and, well, a sculpting contour palette. I have some more eyeshadows. This is the Take Me to Brazil. I've had this for ages. Let me know if you also had this. Some Morphe, some more Morphe down here. Let me go. This one's from Sea Beauty. The other one was Athena. This one's Sea Beauty. These are more cream based, so they don't dry down. You have to set them if you're going to wear them for a long time. These are more rhinestones and more appliques basically. And then here is another cool Pro World find. This is what you're going to use in the special effects world. When you're making bruises, when you're doing old age, adding freckles, this is what you're going to use. Adding veins, you can use that blue for some veins. These are also alcohol based. As you can see, it's very well loved by me. I use this a lot in makeup artistry school. I have that version, and then I also have a version with a little bit darker colors. So these are also alcohol based, so you need to spray them with alcohol to activate them. So that is what's in there, and you can see my charger, don't mind it. So that's what's on that side of my vanity. We have the middle, and then I'll show you guys what's in here. But little quick mention, this is where I keep my makeup brushes, in these two little cups right here. I do have another set of makeup brushes, but they don't fit here, so I keep those in my filming station that I have in a different room in the house. And then I also have a color switch here, which is to switch in between colors, but I don't use it as often because I usually just switch out the brush. But then I have hair stuff down here, my Dyson, and then the attachments for my Dyson down there. And then I have the most Leo thing about me to do, which is a shirt with my face on it. My best friend actually got this made for me. She has her own, and she also got one for my boyfriend, and they wore this for my birthday celebration, which I love them for, and obviously I got my own. So I pinned this up to remind myself that I am loved and that someone went out of their way to do this for me. So she picked out pictures from my Instagram and my makeup looks, and I think there's a video out for every single one of these. There is a video for every single one of these, so if you want to know how to do any of these, just go look at my channel because I have makeup tutorials for every single one of these. So this is my first official merch, so we can thank her for that. I'm just kidding. Then we're right here, starting with this top drawer on the left side. This is where I have all of my highlighters and contours and bronzers and blushes. So I have anything from loose highlighters to pressed highlighters like this one from Inglot. As you can see, I'm a very big fan of Inglot. I have some primers over here as well, just because I just needed a place for them, and I don't use eye primers because I prefer to use a stick foundation or concealer. I also have some face primers back there, but I like to rely on skincare as a primer, so I don't use them often. This is my daily face palette that I use. This one's from the Sephora collection. This is also something that you can't find anymore. They don't make it anymore. This is the Micro Smooth palette in the color palette Enchant, because they also have another version with a different, well, they had another version with a different color scheme. I have have one of my favorite highlighters. This one's by ColourPop in shade Flexitarian. I have some blushes varying from NARS to Kylie to Too Faced to Lancome. This is from LA Girl. We got some Becca here, some old school Becca. This one's from MAC, a little bit of a peachier shade. This is another primer. This one's from ELF, but like I said, I don't really use primers. So I just have a variety of things here in that sense. Those are just a few examples. Moving on to the second drawer, I have all of my mascaras. This one's probably my favorite mascara of all time. This is from Mexico, actually. This is the almond version. They also have the avocado version, so they have different benefits for the eyelashes. I also have, like, you know, our must-haves like Rare Beauty. I have some minis, or even like a lash primer. This one's from Lancome. Just makes your eyelashes a lot longer. And like I said, you're gonna see a lot of glitter. These are some more loose glitters. These are from Ben Nye. These have the prettiest shift. Yes, that's not a film. This is just how the actual product shifts. It's like crazy. These are called sparklers. These are meant for more of a body painting setting, so something you can sprinkle on top of body paints and stuff, but who's to say you can't use it on the eye. So I have the silver version and the gold version. I have these individual ones from Inglot. As you can see, I am a very big fan of Inglot. This is a gold one. These are like little flakes, and some of them are finer. This one's also by Inglot. You can't really tell on camera, but it has a bit of a green to blue shift. And I also have a red to green shift version right there. Over here I have all of my concealers. I think one of my favorite concealers of all time has to be the ELF Hydrating Concealer. It's just such a staple and it never fails me. But I am a big fan of the Giorgio Armani concealer. And over here I have any blush or contour that's in a cream or liquid form. So I have, you know, your REM Beauty here. I have some Rare Beauty. I have some Nude Sticks. This is a very underrated brand in my opinion. Nude Sticks is amazing when it comes to anything in a stick. It's literally their branding. This is the same brand as the eyeliner I mentioned at the beginning of the video. I have Rare Beauty contour sticks. I also have a freckle pen. I didn't really know where to put this, but it's right here. I don't really use it, but this is from the brand Freck. So I have this in here. I have, you know, just anything in a stick, basically. This one's from Hourglass. This is a stick blush. This is like a burgundy shade. Oh, this has to be my favorite liquid blush, I think. This is from ELF. Remember when these went a little bit viral as well? Because I do. That's what I have in this drawer. And then moving on to the third one, this is my foundation drawer. So anything foundation is in here. This is my newest pick. I feel like we're doing a lot of REM Beauty in this video, but I mean, REM is just so good. And I'm not just saying that because I love Ariana Grande, because I'm a big Ariana Grande fan, but her makeup line is generally so top tier. It's not even funny. Some of my other favorites include Makeup Forever. I have 3 Makeup Forever sticks here. I have different shades of them because I use them for various things. One is brighter to use as concealer. Sometimes I use it to set my eyes before I do my eye makeup. Sometimes I use it as straight up foundation. I have, you know, just your usual picks. I like to have a collection, obviously. I know it seems like I have a lot of makeup, but this is years of buildup of things because I also have things that don't exist anymore. Like this is the Bite Micellar, I believe. Yeah, this is the Bite Beauty Micellar Foundation. They don't make this anymore. I don't even know if Bite Beauty is still around. But if it is, Bite, I would love to try your new stuff out. I have the Danessa Myricks Balm here. This is actually a little dark on me, so I need to mix this in with something if I ever want to use it. You know, Juvia's Place. We have some Dior backstage. This I went heavy on. Some Becca. Still have some Becca back there. And I have a face palette here to mix any of the foundations because like I said, not all of these are my perfect shade. But you know, that's okay. You could still use them as long as you mix them together. Find one that's too light and one that's too dark and let's make the perfect shade. Moving farther down, I have my powder drawer essentially. But it has other things in here because I know this is so random, but these are 2 face paints. One is black and one is white. These are the ones I use most often and sometimes I use them as eyeliner. So this is just easier to have on hand. These are from Mayron and they are the Paradise face paints. So you activate these with water and then they dry down. They are very, very, very handy, especially when I'm doing anything that's really creative, like my Hello Kitty look that I posted last time or my Katrina look. And then I have all of my powders. My go-to powder is my Maybelline Fit Me. It's just been there for years. For me, I can't even imagine how many I've gone through. And then I am also using this one a lot. I have my classic Airspun, more Fit Me. And then here's where I keep setting spray and Oh, this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is what you mix in with the powder I showed earlier. This is from Vanity. This is liquid set. This is what I wanted to show you guys when I was showing you the metallic powders. You don't mix it with Duraline, you mix it with liquid set, which is this guy right here. It's not that sheer. It's kind of like a thicker liquid, and you mix that up with the powder to make it a liquid. And then I have some tubes of blood because, you know, I'm crazy. Fake blood, obviously. Even some darker blood here. See? Some drying blood, dark. So we have our brighter blood, and then this is scabbing, I believe. This is drying paste, yeah, so this is more like for scabs. And then I have vampire blood over there, which is more of your spirit Halloween type of vibe, but sometimes you need that. And then I have some color correcting palettes here. So this is the one I would most likely gravitate towards just because of the green and the peach, just for any color correcting, especially since I have redness on my face sometimes. These are all from Vanity. I'm a big fan of Vanity as well, as you can probably tell. And then for loose powders, I think my favorite is from Vanity Neutral Set, or RCMA, that's right here, just because I like a good no color powder. And then finally, on our last drawer, we have lashes, basically. So I have lashes that go basically all the way to the bottom of this. And I also have anything that didn't fit in my other rhinestone drawer. So these are like little appliques that I can put on my face, that I have put on my face. More lashes, more rhinestones on this side. Kind of hard to take out, you know, some bottom lashes. Anything lashes or appliques, they're in here. And that's the last drawer. And basically, that's my whole vanity. This is my whole setup. I adore it. The second I got this gifted, thank you to my brother, because he's the one that bought this for me for my birthday. I appreciate it so much. The second I got this, it became my whole personality trait. Thank you to my boyfriend for putting it together for me. I helped, but he put it together for me. But yeah, this is my new setup. I am so excited for it. But that's basically what I have to rummage through anytime that I am filming a video for you guys, what I like to plan out for you guys. I like to come over here when I'm face charting and then just look at what I have and look at the colors and the palettes, and I try to be as organized as I can. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're curious about and what you want to see me use in my next makeup look. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to me so you could find out what else I'm going to do with these makeup products, because as you know, I do tutorials. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. I'm telling you, I make makeup tutorials, girl. Follow me on all social platforms, because on Instagram I post really cool pictures of the makeup looks I do, and then on TikTok I post the most random things, from makeup to how I take off my makeup to basically everything. So, and I do really cool promo videos. So stay tuned for my next tutorials, because when I tell you they're going to be great, they're going to be great. So check that all out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye, besties!